Oh boy. Whoa. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. I should have turned that off. Seasons change, and it's October 1st tomorrow, and the crazy thing is the weather is going to change big time. We're going to start getting temperatures below 50. In fact, I think the next couple of nights is going to be in the lower 40s, which is kind of crazy because it seems like it was just training camp. It's just a month ago that Micah Parsons got traded to the Green Bay Packers, and I'm hoping that we can finally move on. But we have a lot of plants that we have to bring in. We got the tropical plants. I got a lemon tree that's about 6.5, 7 feet tall, but it won't make it through the winter here. We're not in that kind of climate. If I was in Florida, it'd be great. We got a dwarf lime tree that's got a couple of limes on it. We got some hibiscus bushes and stuff, so we got to bring them in. And I've been working on, in between doing all the stuff that I've been doing, I've got 3 light fixtures that are up here that look like they're old. They've got actually like a wheel with the wire and stuff coming on there, with some grow lights in there, and we're going to be bringing all those in tomorrow. So that's where I forgot and left that on because it's kind of bright behind me. But seasons change and things change, you know. Next couple of weeks, the leaves are going to be falling off the tree, and I think it's kind of fitting that we say, I want to see more leaves fall off the tree. So there's a big controversy out there now, or maybe I'm making it up as a controversy, because it's, you know, it's one of those things. Would I like to have Micah Parsons on the team? I certainly would. I certainly would love to have Micah Parsons back on the team, but he's not. And so, of course, with him going, you look for reasons why it's a good thing. Whenever you lose something, you try and figure out a way to say, you're better off. Man, she dogged you, man. You're better off without her, man. And it's like, okay, yeah, you're right, man. You're right, dog. Okay. But reality is you're trying to find a way to get over the pain. And so, as we look at this, 2 weeks ago, when it was still really hot, people were pretty much penciling in Green Bay to the Super Bowl because they said how great their defense was. They literally said that they're going to be able to basically make Dak Prescott their bitch. That Jordan Love was going to score so many points, have so many yards on our defense, that by the third quarter, we'd be bobbly-bob. And as Dan Orlovsky said, best the Cowboys can hope for is keep within 3 touchdowns. And it ended up being a tie. So, the Green Bay Packers are spending $47 million a year now for Micah Parsons. And they tied with the Cowboys after letting Dak Prescott and crew score 40 points. Although Pro Football Focus says, don't blame Micah. Micah was the highest graded player out there. I call bullshit on that one. Or he may have graded high, but it didn't help the game any. Dak still scored 40 points. 40 points. I don't care what grades you gave him. To me, it's an F because he still got 40 points. So now you wonder, or maybe you realize this, because what I was saying is, when we started taking a step back and looking at this, when you look at Myles Garrett, you look at T.J. Watt, you look at Micah Parsons, and the highest paid, best edge rushers in football. Max Crosby? They don't have a playoff win between them. They don't have a playoff win between them. Am I wrong? They don't have a playoff win between them. They sell jerseys. They look good. They get great numbers. But it's not what's winning the Super Bowl. I'll go another step further and say, when you look at wide receivers, the Justin Jeffersons, you know, CeeDee Lamb, the high-paid wide receivers, you don't usually see them on the Super Bowl teams. Jamar Chase, well, Jamar Chase was at one. He was at one, they lost. But typically, they're not either. And the reason being is you're too top-heavy. This has been the Cowboys' problem all along. If you're too top-heavy with 5 or 6 players, the rest of your team is not good. Now here's, and let me give you an example right now, here. Although he's not one of your high-paid players, neither of them are your high-paid ones, but down the road they will be. Cooper Beebe and Tyler Booker. They go out, and you can put in Hoffman, you can put in TJ Bass, and those guys are young, talented players that played really good against a great defense. And see, that's the problem that we've had in the past. We lose a Tyron Smith, and we have to go to a Chaz Green. You see the difference? See, it's not about having one superstar or 2 superstars, because as we've learned, you can go ahead and scheme against just one guy. It's hard to scheme against 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 good ones. And I wonder, do you feel like there's hope for the future for the Cowboys? You got draft capital, you got cash. Usually we ain't got no cash. And usually we only have our own picks. Well, maybe we get lucky. And maybe all of the talking heads are wrong about Green Bay. Maybe Green Bay doesn't make the playoffs. Maybe they're not as good as they think that they are. Because September is the month that fools you. You know what I mean? So, that's my thoughts for tonight. Jerry Jones seemingly is interested in maybe getting George Pickens locked down. I pointed out that he is, I think, 8th or 9th. I think it's 9th. With 300 yards of receiving. Hell, that might be more yards than Hurts has passing. I'm being serious. That may be more yards than Hurts has passing. But George Pickens, without CeeDee Lamb, here we go again. Typically, you have CeeDee Lamb and a bunch of guys. Now you get CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. CeeDee goes out, well, you still got George Pickens you can rely on. And see, this is where there's strength in numbers. And so maybe we'll continue down this path. Maybe in the end, maybe it'll end up being better for the Cowboys, having let them go. Alrighty, good people. It's been a long day. It's after 11 again, another late night. And the last couple of days, it kind of tricked me because when they built this house, they built it to be self-sufficient and to maximize everything that's around it. The thing that is amazing to me is the sun always comes up through the windows. And usually when the sun pops up, it comes boom, and it lights up the room. And all day long until literally sunset, with the way the windows are, the sun rises in the windows over here and it sets in the windows over there. If you open up the front door, and I made a screen door to match the original one, and the back door, the way the air flows through and comes up, if you open up the windows up here, it's just like straight convection. It's almost like a wind tunnel. And I can imagine that, with the tall ceilings up here and the shorter ones downstairs, it was designed to be that way, to help keep it cool. And it's funny because I go to my mom's house, and my mom hardly uses the air conditioning. But in her house, even though it's like 120 years old, it's not hot on the main level. It's hot. My bedroom upstairs with that metal roof, it was hot. It was always hot. But be that as it may, it's got natural convection. But the last couple of days, it's been cloudy and rainy. And so it's been still like dark. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it's still dark out. And I wake up, look at the clock, and say, it's 8 o'clock, but it's still dark out. That and the days are getting shorter, and I miss the sun popping up earlier. So it kind of gets me up and gets me going. But I'm going to try and get up early tomorrow because I want to get started over working in this house. And maybe about noon, get back over here because I got a bunch of work I need to do, getting the plants in for the freeze, or excuse me, the cold weather tomorrow. And I got the Dan Salio show to do and all that. And my cupola. And it's just a lot to do. I'm going to ask for something. And I know it's selfish, but I'm going to ask y'all anyway. I hate birthdays. I hate my own birthdays, I should say, because I recognize that I'm just getting older. And as you start getting older, from the time I hit 50, it seemed like that's when my warranty must have went out, because all of a sudden you got aches and pains that you never had before. You get this age, and all of a sudden you're just walking, all of a sudden, something, what is that? Oh my God, what is that pain? You get a pain in your side, it's like, okay, is that an organ? Am I having a heart attack? Your left arm's hurting. Okay, that's a telltale sign of a heart attack. And I recognize that 60 is a milestone, and closer to Social Security. But it's a milestone that you should celebrate, because I'm fortunate to have made it this far. I have a lot of people that have been close to me that haven't. And so I'm lucky that I've gotten that far. What I would love to say happened, because it happened in 2016 for me. In 2016, I had my first 1,000 subscribers. And it would be nice for my 60th birthday if I hit 140. So, if you're watching, and you watch on a regular, help a brother out. Subscribe to the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. And it'd be a great birthday present for me. Whew. As always, good people, I appreciate y'all. And remember, tell the people you love how much you love them. Because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Oh, see, there goes another one. Yep. The old man pains.